Alright, now we're streaming. I'm getting faster at doing this, and I don't know if that's a good thing. Sorry. Get some music going. We're just gonna go with an assorted list of everything I have in local files. That's cool. Make sure the music's going. Hey Simon, how's it going? And OBS. There we go. I like this. Hey Goose. Making Among Us liner track. Someone's already beaten me to that. And if anyone, if as many people know, I guess, chasing trends is not really a thing for me. But we're working on a personal track today. Hey Frozen Fire Ninja. This is a mess and a half, but let me get this part's supposed to be basic on purpose. Just for some context, this is all just the work copy. All of these green lines, and I mean all of them, will be deleted. So this is a lot of notation stuff for making the track. Your 38 seconds is great for tracks, especially if they're drug related. I think that might be true. That might be. There could be some merit to that, I think. Let me think. What is the plan? Because this is gonna be a lot more frame by frame type stuff. So we're gonna be hanging out and chatting a lot more. Alright, and then it's gonna transition to horizontal there. So I need to set this buffer up right. This is gonna be highly edited. And I need camera X at 4. What now? Oh. So now, perfect. So now Bosch moves independent of the camera. On the on the x-axis. So that's just kind of part of it. Because what I'm going for, and it's kind of hard to explain because a lot of this lets you center where you want the camera to be. Yeah, I could lock both, so it just doesn't move. But that's not fun. You're gonna do that for the actual track as well? Yes. So I have, on this vertical segment, it's a lock of X41100. But on this horizontal segment, it's a lock of, one lock, Y204. So you add Y1984 the next X. I mean, I can, but that might get in my way. Are you getting cut from one recording to the other? Well, because of the way things line up, in the way... Hold on, let me bring it all the way back here. Okay, cool. You can see he changes direction pretty quickly. He's going here, goes here, and then he goes very quickly downward. That's such a sharp change. I can literally have... I can literally have this frame be part of the Y lock, so the horizontal segment, and then the next frame is just the start of the vertical segment. And it's gonna be such a sharp turn, or maybe it's gonna be this frame. Doesn't really matter. It's such a sharp turn. There's gonna be other stuff happening on on screen. Sorry, that you won't notice that there's a change there. So it will just work. The plan, and you can kind of see it here. I can explain it here. This whole song lends itself well to a boss fight type thing. Think Cuphead type boss fight or a Hollow Knight boss fight. If those electronic notes and snare drums and stuff are like yeah, it's gonna be two separate recordings spliced together. But those snare drums and stuff are like the attacks from the boss fight or whatever. This song changes enough. You can see there's a change there. And it literally has a small section here that you can just make into an in-between type section for a phase transition. And then there's a second phase. And like this song so perfectly puts in like an actual boss fight. Like as soon as I heard this song and I started thinking, okay, I'm gonna make a Line Rider track out of this. I listened to it again and I could like almost fully. Obviously, there's still a lot of stuff to work out on exactly how I'm gonna do it. But I can like think of what each section is gonna look like, and for a song to be like that is very rare. So I took the opportunity and actually decided to do this. Alright, so it also splits itself up well as we worked on. There's a simple leg here of one do-do-do-do-do-do. So that's going to be just a movement. I'm going to try to have him kind of arc around as if he's overthinking a projectile. So I bet you weren't expecting the stream title to be as accurate as it was. This is truly why they take so long. Matt's Falk is good at Osu. He seems like the type of guy who'd be very dedicated to a lot of stuff like that. Thing is how he's played one Minecraft server for like 2 years now. Bosh Mind Games. Yeah, so let's turn this down a little bit more. I can't believe Pineapple's splicing his Line Rider speedrun. Hey, listen. Big Step was not spliced. But like I've specifically have this section here at the start like be simplistic to mimic how optimized and like no thought is given, like how after a couple of attempts. So, do you guys remember last Line Rider stream when I talked about how I create these narratives in my head for each track that I make? This narrative is Bosch is the player going through a boss fight, but they haven't mastered it yet. They're just barely hanging on. But like this whole area here is very simplistic. So it's like it's an optimized run back, and then you have right here is the boss door and stuff. It's this yeah. Relatable narrative. Like, right? I mean, it's probably not gonna be picked up by a lot of people, but the quote-unquote narratives of my track usually aren't, because they are an afterthought. But it is still a fun idea to think and lean into a little bit. pull the hands. I think that's a better idea. Anyway. Yeah, we're not gonna be doing a lot today. We're just gonna be... I wanted to stream, I also wanted to play Line Rider, so I decided that's what we're doing. Going to take damage at some point. Is this a hitless run? Well, the issue with Line Rider, or at least the version I'm using, is Bosch can't get back on his sled. So, visually representing a hit and keeping the track going is pretty much mutually exclusive. So, it's gonna be hitless for the sake of the limitations of the medium, but it doesn't fit the narrative that it's hitless, so it definitely can't be hitless from a canon standpoint. Oh, man. Color the screen black, or have lines spaz out all over the screen for a hit. That could be true. I could try to go like a Hollow Knight type route, that's right. The thing is, there's gonna be a lot of post-production. Like, I have to draw. I'm very bad at art. I have to draw the actual boss. That's gonna be edited in post. So like, there's gonna be a lot of effects and stuff, like the boss's projectiles that can be edited in afterward. That's probably just gonna be something I might add in later. Heavily edited Line Rider track or something. That is kind of what I'm going for. There are some pretty good ones out there. One-Eyed Giant 2 is a personal favorite, but also has some actual issues with the content of it that I don't want to get into, but I do want to acknowledge in case anyone who knows about that is watching. Can't believe he's cheating the run. Just animate the entire track in Line Rider. I don't see the problem here. Yeah, I've learned a lot when it comes to animating in Line Rider. The short answer is don't. Just don't. Never try. So the one, I'll elaborate further because I feel like it's an interesting thing to talk about. The one time I tried to make a serious, not serious, but I put a lot of effort into animating in Line Rider, I ended up with a track with over 1.2 million lines. So that doesn't work out too well. If you don't know, that's when things become very difficult to work around. So this part is specifically supposed to be frantic. Animating without copy-pasting seems like a bit of a nightmare. No, we have copy-pasting. That is kind of the issue. Screw it, let's just open up the line. Like, this is all copy-pasted. The only issue is, and you can't copy-paste based on frame position. So, like, getting things in the right spot isn't that difficult. Hey, Croco, how's it going? It's just, there's no keyframes. That's the main issue. You have to do every movement by hand. Which, just, if it's anything complex, like, say you're trying to do arcs and stuff like that, like, ugh. Or, yeah. Can't wait for Bosch to P-rank the level. It would be fun to include an end screen, but that probably won't happen. The funny thing about locking the camera as well is that it saves the lock, So whenever I play back, we just kind of sit here for a little bit. Hey, Rainy. Everything goes by faster if you sound Adderall. I don't like that sentence. What song is this? It's a song called Walk Here? Walk? I am the second person to ever listen to it on Spotify. So, let me see if I can find... It's... W-A-L-K, U with an umlaut, R-E. That's what it's called. I don't know the artist it's by, though, which is an issue. Well, I do know. It's not that hard to find. But I don't know them offhand. It's a good song, though. We just kind of sit here. This is the vertical movement from the horizontal section. So, this specific portion is like frantic and sharp and jagged because it's supposed to be this unending panic because they don't actually know the quote-unquote player doesn't know the patterns and just is trying to make it out alive because the start of the second phase is easier. But right now, they don't know what to do. Hey, Pichu, how's it going? This is the ramblings of a madman. Someone name a number between 1 and 5. I'll use the first one I see. 3. Thank you, DIY Damien. Whoa, Jacob, also with the 3. How's it going, people? Alright, so the goal is to get to the third line as quickly. You just wanted to pop in, but you have to go now? Alright, thanks for popping in, though. Have a good one, Pichu. That causes more issues. You're somewhat responsible. How dare you? Responsibility is a curse. Is it because they're too high? Alright. Have a good one, Pichu. Surely there's a point. Literally right hand. Okay. I still... Like, I don't know... Let me try to think of how to say this. We've joked about doing, like, a channel Discord collab at some point. I am scared... I'm scared to do that. I'm not sure how that would end up. Because it would be fun. But also... Like, low-quality line writer... It has a vibe. Clapping what line writer? Not sure why I can pull that point so much. But, boy, it's letting me. There we go. This is mostly just an opportunity to vibe to Kirby and Kid Icarus music, let's be honest. I wonder if someone has done Rubber Band by Renard and Line Rider? I don't know. Have you played the new Kirby game? I have. It's actually the only one I have played, but I loved it. Assuming the newest one is still Forgotten Land. I didn't play Gourmet Race, no. No one has. There's one that came out, a multiplayer one. Star Allies? That was before Forgotten Land. Unless that was Gourmet Race. In which case, no, I haven't played it. Gourmet Race is the new one. Okay. Yeah, I have not played that one, no. Are you playing Planetary Annihilation on stream? Never. I am so shockingly bad at that game. I think that sells the panic pretty well. I like that. We have until then to stop interacting with them. What's that? Planetary Annihilation? It's a real-time strategy game that is pretty open-ended in how you can play it. I have 22 hours in it. I haven't touched it since 2017. I have a few hours in it, not many, but I got it for on sale for like $6 on Steam, so it was definitely worth it. All right, someone name another number between 1 and 5. 4. Awesome. You've been concussed 4 times and you start smoking weed, so chances are we'd be on even footing. That's hilarious. Hey Jeb, how's it going? Nice new profile picture. Gungeon is like $4 now. I might have to check that out. That's been a game I've been interested in playing for a while. It's a jab at your intelligence. It's not a jab at your intelligence, it's a jab about game knowledge. Oh, I'm aware. If you want to make a jab at my intelligence, it's way easier. You don't have to classify you've been smoking weed to do that. I need to find out a way to get Kid Icarus Uprising on computer. That'd be a cool way to do things. Because I do want to play that game on stream at some point, because I love the game. I don't play it often, because it's on, 3DS. But if I could share that with you guys, that'd be really cool. But I'm not sure how doing that would work. Yeah, I am an information sponge. Information is... There's a fine line. Not really fine. There's a large line between knowledge and wisdom. And I have one of those things. And I also know that there's a 30 frame window between when Bosch dismounts his sled and can remount it. So I'll let you be the judge of the end and the rest of that there. That's the level out. I don't need to test it because I know it works. It's mostly a reason just moving forward right now. Hey, Magic Cat. How's it going? Wait, is Magic Cat the person that I'm thinking of? No. Okay. Sorry. Random thought. Hey, Sodium. It's 3 a.m. Not for me. You beat the beginning trials of Master Mode Trial of the Sword. Yo, that's sick. I still have yet to play the DLC. You having fun with it? These singular green lines are so long. Length of 14,000 pixels. Bruh. Spent about 10 hours of your life beating the first trial, but it's fun. Okay. So in other words, it's a master mode. Hey, hey, Paul. How's it going, my guy? You collected your first golden strawberry in Celeste. Awesome. Good. Of all the streams you could wander in on, this is like one of the more boring ones, but thanks for stopping by. I'll see you on Thursday. Fantastic, I know. I don't know how hard golden strawberries usually are, but I assume they're difficult because Celeste doesn't have the reputation of being a, you know, an easy game. Have you tried the 5-3 challenge? 5-3 challenge is don't touch water, right? In Ship of Fools? I think I've done that one. I have the right level. Don't touch water, yeah. Yeah, I think that was one of the first challenges I did. That one was not easy. One shot the stage. Oh dang, that is difficult. You're trying to cheese it with the out of bounds clip. I did it almost legit. I used the secret exit I think you're meant to do. You keep touching water falling off the door. Oh dang. I'm probably gonna use the out of bounds clip for a 5-1 challenge. Because I don't like you have to use the secret exit. Oh right, yeah. Yeah, because the door explodes in your face. I literally edited the stream up to that point. Like, why don't I know this? What you're working on? High speed, low resolution quirk, essentially. Or that panic feel. What's it like from the beginning? This track is very difficult to show from the beginning because of the way the camera needs to be locked to really get the true feel of it. But I'll show you guys it in a second. I do just want to get through what I'm working on right now. Also, welcome to the stream, 11 concurrent viewers. Glad you're here. A specific regular viewer would kill me if I didn't take this opportunity to mention that I have a Discord where you can join and hang out. Thoughts on Cult of the Lamb? I have not seen anything about it. I have heard from a bunch of people that it's really fun. Including my supervisor at work. But I know pretty much nothing about it. You've heard Cult of the Lamb is really good. There's a lot of furry art. Zyvern, that's not a... It's not a baseline for you. I refuse to let that happen. You're gonna strangle me if I don't tell you about the Twitter link? I don't have a Twitter. Hack and slash roguelike arts and settlement building. I guess we're looking this up now. I know it's not Silence of the Lamb. I've already forgotten about it. Cult of the Lamb. There we go. Silence of the Lamb would have gotten me something very different. Oh, interesting art style. Like semi 3D. That's kind of cool. Might be something I check out, but I don't really know. Okay, almost there. So we're almost done with this vertical segment, and I think it's gonna go back this way. Short game if you play Rogue a lot. Interesting. Why is the Kirby soundtrack so good? I'm literally just gonna pull one contact point at a time. Almost every other frame. There we go, perfect. And bring it back now, y'all. The new Kirby game came out about eating. Yeah, Gourmet Race. I think it's like Kirby Mario Kart, essentially, right? I'm not sure if I'll get it, but it definitely seems intriguing, and I love how experimental Kirby still is. Sakurai being one of my favorite developers of all time, you know. Is it like Katamari Damacy? I don't really know. I saw the announcement trailer and I thought, yep, that's a Kirby game, and then I kind of forgot about it. How much does Line Rare cost? It doesn't cost a thing. I forgot to drop the download in the description at one point. But you can play it online for free on arguably the better version at linerider.com. And you can also play the version I'm playing, which is Line Rider Advanced Community Edition, because long titles are funny. But you need to find the download, and the easiest way to do that is join the Line Rider Discord and ask for it, or wait for me to put it on my Discord. Alright, so I just need to hold this line, because love isn't always on time. Are we getting into rendering issues already? No, okay. I guess we're really far away from Origin, but anyway. Discord. It's in the description, content guy. Perfect. Now we just roll. We roll to our heart's content. And because we're traveling downward at a significant velocity, rolling is very easy. And then, so I can only take so much of frame by frame work. We are going to probably do a little bit of the track Elizabeth and I are working on. Welcome back. I am very proud of the quality of my rolls. I don't think this one's very quality right now because I'm out of practice. Nice. At least rolls. Oh. We're gonna speed him up a lot. He died. Oh man. Line Rider is just such a great game to play. You gotta have a plan going into it. Or you don't, actually. I literally retract that statement because I can think of at least 2 times that I didn't have a plan going into it, and I ended up having fun. So I'm gonna get him out of fakie because I don't like fakies. That doesn't work. That immediately kills him. Does anyone recognize that face as like Lenny and stuff? Yeah. That's a pretty popular internet meme, as the kids call it. Wow, my viewership my viewership just dropped. Yep, it's Lenny. Isn't there like a Lenny wiki for like every variation of Lenny? I might regret saying that on stream. In front of a chat that has internet access. But I stand by it. Why is that survivable? That seems unnecessary. It's the internet, and necessary is kind of the motto. Lenny face viewership dies. I think it's just because I said meme. Hey Slowy, how's it going? Why does that immediately die? It's hilarious. You had Bosch in a bucket. If you donate, you'll see Bosch spinning, and we can assume that's a bucket. That was a shameless plug right there, wasn't it? Do you remember how long we've been working on these roles? That is not even half a second. Oh man, this is why frame by frame type stuff is soul crushing. If you ever do line writer, don't get this ambitious. Keep it well-tempered. That is the greatest line writer pun anyone has ever made. I just want to announce that. I'm gonna bookmark that so I can clip it later. It's pretty. That was a pretty good joke there. What was the pun? Okay, here's a 15-minute line writer history. Alright, so let me save this. Here we go. This is the well-tempered manual. It's a line writer track. We'll get to this in a second. But it's a reference to The Well-Tempered Cavalier, which I believe is a song by Bach. Yes, there it is. So, Well-Tempered Cavalier is just a song. As a reference to that, this guy, forget his name, but he made a very kind of nuts line writer track called The Well-Tempered Manual. And this isn't the impressive part, if you were wondering. Here. But it's very good manual control. I'm using terms that I know you're not getting, but that's not really the point. For being very long ago, it's a very good track. And it definitely was for the time. Here we go. It had a lot of moments that subverted expectations and kind of the thing, like everything around Line Rider and how tracks are supposed to look at the time. Actually, the tricks are still pretty solid today. But this type of thing change the title to explaining Line Rider history so my dumb viewers can understand a pun. It's a great track, yes. It's the Well-Tempered Manual. So, this guy, in a reference to the Well-Tempered Manual, which is a reference to the Well-Tempered Cavalier by Bach, made Cramiel, the Well-Tempered Cramiel, and then a sequel, which is the better one. And then, as a reference, this one also starts train tracks. It was a collaboration between a handful of people, all who are absurdly good at this game. And the Cramiel is a slightly different trick, but it uses a lot more tricks, and at the time it was kind of meant to be the epitome of every trick a Cramiel could do. Like a Cramiel being a flat Bosch, essentially. You can see that. Do I have a speed throttle going on? Yeah. How'd that happen? Anyway. Oh, those train tracks are so realistic. Bosch with the limbo. My YouTube is weird because I changed the colors with the mod. How'd they make that in Line Rider? Okay. Back to Line Rider. Cramiel is pretty simple. We still have the camera lock. Cramiel is pretty simple. It's just essentially Bosch hitting the ground at a very high speed. You can see we get it for one frame here, but he dies, so we can probably just put a line down here. Oh. He needs more speed. 1 second. Okay. There we go. Now we have way more speed than we need. Perfect. So, this is a Cramiel, and it is usually stable. Usually you can just add more lines, and it becomes more stable. What's going on here? 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an unstable isotope of the Cramiel, but we can just kind of push it. Make this line longer. Maybe acceleration saves it? No. Okay. For some reason, this is not being helpful. That happens occasionally. Let's try this side. Okay, well, it's not being happy. Let's load this one. This one has a Cramiel in it. There we go. Alright, sorry about the delay. Here's a Cramiel. Bang. You can see he's flat. It's a stable position. He doesn't die. You can see actually do some fun stuff with it. You can pop him out. That's a Cramiel. There's a lot of stuff you can do, as showcased by the Well-Tempered Cramiel. So that's kind of how you do it, and then there's a bunch of stuff you can do while he's in this state with the isotopes and the fact that you can pull pretty much every contact point the exact same distance every frame. It's a good track. All of this is good track. Every one of these is good tracks. So there's a couple of trends with Well-Tempered being a collection of well done or stuff like that tricks, usually centered around one or two specific things, that is inspired by the Well-Tempered Manual, which is named after the Well-Tempered Cavalier, in which I said to keep your scope small when making Line Rider tracks and keep everything well-tempered. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Insanely loud sound of applause and knee slapping. Let me get... No, not that. There we go. Okay. There we go. What about Line Rider OK? Okay. I will talk about that track later. In the meantime... Hey, Rosie. Sorry I didn't see you pop in. How's it going? In the meantime, let's finish this. Why is it slipping into preview mode? Oh, because it is... Alright. Let's keep spinning Bosch right around, baby, right around. So, I kind of have to bring it up. I kind of have to pull it up to talk about it. Okay, it's a neat track. Conundrum is a really cool guy, and he is actually the current Line Rider current Line Rider developer. I love how you only play games you never heard of. I take a strange amount of pride in being interested in a lot of things people don't care about, and it doesn't lend itself well to conversation. But it is fun to get into those types of things that I can explain to people, and they can see my enthusiasm for. Hey, Katie Cat channel. Welcome to the stream. This is Line Rider. You've probably seen a Doodle Chaos video with this in it. This is how it actually works. It does feel very good to be in a niche. It really does. I've just happened to do pretty much everything involving my hobbies within a niche. But, you know, I'll take it. It's really fun. But the really interesting part, and I've talked about this before, so I won't mention it too much, but like Line Rider track creation is a niche, but it is so big on YouTube. Like, you know, half my viewers starting out from streaming were from watching a Line Rider track that I made, because, you know, something gets 500,000 views, like out of nowhere, people are gonna try to watch more of the channel. I don't know, it's really weird how that all ended up. Know about you made a video, you're bored and was looking for YouTube and you haven't seen, you found me. Cool. I hope you have a decent enough time to, you know, cure the boredom. Perfect. And then... there. That's gonna be probably exactly what I want. We'll start at that. That's probably good. And just make sure that syncs. Yep. Alright. So that's the full vertical section done. So I will show you guys this entire track with the camera lock, it's gonna take a little bit of pausing. We'll lock Y to 04. Oh, well, let me get preview mode on so it looks nice. There we go. Still gonna have all the work lines, but, you know, some things you have to deal with. Alright, this is where we transition to the other one. Preferences, camera. There we go. And there we go. So, that is... Let's see here, we started... Today we started right there, and in an hour, 43:15, we did... Three whole seconds! That's actually sick. Okay. Yeah, no, we don't allow cringe. 3 seconds in an hour. That's honestly pretty solid. Let me load in this other track here. For those of you who have seen the other liner streams, you know that there's been a track we've been working on. By we, I mean me and Melisma. That I've been pretty excited about working on when I do get around to it. And I just looked at the time. So, I'm actually gonna have to not do this right now, I'm sorry to mention. I'll pull up what I did. I actually have to end... I start school tomorrow. So I actually have to get sleep. So, this is what animation feels like. Believe me, content guy. I've done some animation. For those of you who are wondering what these end up looking like whenever it's all done and done, if you look at my channel, you can see that I've done a couple of Line Rider videos. I'm proud of 2 of them. So, you watched the pig step I made? Okay, nice. People seem to really enjoy that one. But we'll end it with this. This is kind of what we've been working on, me and Melisma, in tandem. And then I'm going to have to actually end the stream. We're not going to do Ultra Kill because I still don't know the speedrun route for the new stuff. That'll be a stream coming up soon. And let's just kind of go to this here while we finish out the stream. This is, I still am really happy with how this track is looking right now. I think Melisma was going for a totally different aesthetic, but... There you go. So that's as far as I've gotten. I actually have Melisma's part here. but I don't really have enough time to get it loaded up before I need to end the stream. So I will leave you guys with that. I love this song. I love the song that we're doing on this one. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. I realize this was a much shorter stream than usual, but hey, Clicker Tail too. Except one who was and is so cool. Thanks. Fixed up. There it is. Look, it's fixed up. There's a lot of stuff that ended up going into it that, like, to make everything look how it did. It's fun stuff. I'll do a tour of the underbelly of this track at some point. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. For those of you who are new, I have a Discord in the description that you can check out and hang out, and you can also subscribe if you want to do that. But obviously, don't feel obliged to. I will see you guys next time. I'm planning on streaming tomorrow. I have no idea what it'll be though. Have a good one.